The void beyond Pluto was silent and dark. No stars twinkled here. No ships passed. It was the perfect hiding place for the most powerful weapon humans had ever built. Captain Alex Carter stood on the command deck of Titanus Prime. The ship was enormous, larger than some moons. Its surface was covered in dark alloy that absorbed light. No radar or scanner could detect it. Around it, several other planet-sized warships floated, completely still, completely silent. For centuries, they had been Earth's secret. Alex looked out at the blackness through the view screen. His face was calm, but his eyes were sharp. He had been trained for this moment his whole life. He was born in a hidden colony on Titan, raised by military scientists and strategists. His childhood wasn't filled with toys or games. It was filled with drills, simulations, and silence. He didn't mind. He understood his purpose. A soft beep broke the silence on the bridge. "Captain," said Commander Royce, his second-in-command. "New data from Earth Command. The Threx Dominion is mobilizing. They've moved fleets to the edge of Alliance-controlled space." Alex nodded. "Any word from the Alliance?" Royce shook his head. "As expected. They don't want to provoke Vraxel." Alex sighed and turned back to the screen. Somewhere far away, High Lord Vraxel of the Threx Dominion was preparing for war. He ruled over more than 100 systems. His armies had crushed planets. His warships had reduced cities to dust. Now, he had turned his eyes toward Earth. But Vraxel didn't know the truth. The galaxy thought Earth was weak. The Alliance believed humans had limited military strength. Even the Threxians thought of them as primitive and slow. That was the plan. For nearly 2 centuries, humanity had played the role of the underdog. While diplomats shook hands and signed treaties, engineers and AI designers built monsters in secret. Whole planets were carved into weapons. Asteroids were hollowed and fitted with warp cores. Earth didn't want to conquer anyone, but it knew this day would come, the day when the galaxy's peace shattered. Alex turned to the crew. "Status report. All systems green," said Maya Lin, the lead science officer. "Cloaking fields holding. Power levels stable. No outside detection." Alex walked slowly across the bridge, hands behind his back. "We've trained for this moment. We don't fire first. But if they bring war to our doorstep, we show them what Earth really is." The crew nodded. None of them were new. Each officer had been raised inside the program. They had no families outside. Their lives were this ship, this mission, this secret. Suddenly the comms system lit up again. "Urgent alert," said Royce. "Threxian scout fleet spotted near the Kuiper Belt. Small, fast, likely reconnaissance." Alex narrowed his eyes. "They're testing us." "Yes, sir. Earth Command wants us to remain hidden for now." Alex didn't respond right away. He walked to his chair and sat down, thinking. If the scouts got too close, they might stumble on something, an energy signature, a visual flash, a hint of the truth. Then it would all be over. "How long until they reach our position?" he asked. 26 hours, Maya replied, assuming steady speed. Alex stared at the darkness on the screen again. The stars were distant pinpricks of light. Nothing here would warn the scouts. Nothing except what lay hidden in the dark. "Let them come," he said quietly. "But we'll be ready." Outside, the massive warships floated in silence. Their weapons were charged. Their shields were full. For now they were ghosts. But soon the galaxy would learn they were giants. The Threxian scout fleet entered the outer edge of the solar system with precision and confidence. 5 sleek black warships moved like shadows across the stars. Each was armed, but lightly. Their mission wasn't to attack, it was to observe. High Lord Vraxil wanted answers. He didn't trust Earth's quiet behavior. Something felt off. From his throne room aboard the Devourer, Vraxil watched their path on a giant holographic map. The human planet was still far, but closer than he liked. His narrow eyes flickered with suspicion. Find their weakness, he had told his captains. Show me what they hide. Thousands of kilometers away, hidden behind the icy shell of a dwarf planet, Titanus Prime and its sister ships remained cloaked. No light reflected off them. No energy leaked. The humans were invisible, but they were watching. On the bridge of Titanus Prime, Captain Alex Carter stood calmly as the scout ships drew nearer. They're on course to sweep the outer zone, said Commander Royce. They'll be within scanning range in 4 hours. Alex gave a short nod. He had expected this. Threxians were aggressive and proud, but not foolish. Sending a scout fleet was their way of testing the waters before a full invasion. Have they detected anything? Alex asked. No, sir. Our cloaking fields are holding, but Royce paused. They're broadcasting wide-range scans, deep pulses, high power. If they hit something unusual, they'll keep digging. Maya Lin, watching her console, added, one more sweep like that, and they might notice a gravity distortion. It's minor but real. We can't hide gravity forever. Alex looked out into the dark. This was the moment he had trained for. He had hoped they could delay it longer, but now it was time to act. Prep Aegis 1, he said. Just one ship. Keep the rest hidden. I want this quiet. Royce blinked. Sir, you're launching. We take them out silently. No signals, no witnesses. The galaxy can't know we're here. Not yet. Royce nodded and relayed the command. Moments later, from the far side of the hidden fleet, one warship slowly activated. Aegis 1 was smaller than Titanus Prime, but still massive by any standard. Its engines made no sound. It slipped out of position like a predator in deep water. Inside Aegis 1, the pilot, Commander Rena Sol, took a deep breath. Her orders were simple: intercept the scout fleet and erase it. The Threxian scouts didn't see her coming. They continued their slow, steady scans, unaware of the death closing in. Rena's ship coasted forward under full stealth. No weapons fired yet. She closed the distance. 50,000 kilometers. 30. 10. Then, with one cold command, she released 5 precision torpedoes, each locked onto a different scout. There was no light, no explosions, just silence. The torpedoes struck, and within seconds, the Threxian ships vanished, broken into fragments, floating in space. It was clean, quick. No signals escaped. No data returned to Vraxil. Back on Titanus Prime, the bridge remained quiet. The crew watched as their screens confirmed the kills. Scout fleet neutralized, said Maya. No trace left. Alex leaned back in his chair. Good work. Now we wait. But he knew this silence wouldn't last. Far across the stars, on board the Devourer, High Lord Vraxil's eyes narrowed. There's no signal, his aide reported. Nothing returned. It's as if they disappeared. Vraxil rose from his throne. No fleet vanishes without reason. The humans are hiding something. He clenched a fist. Prepare the invasion force. Back on Titanus Prime, Alex watched the stars on the view screen. He knew Vraxil would come. The scout fleet was just the beginning. They had destroyed the enemy's eyes, but now they had to face the full storm. And when it came, Earth would be ready. The silence after the scout fleet's destruction was heavy. On the bridge of Titanus Prime, Captain Alex Carter stood with his arms crossed, staring at the empty blackness beyond the ship's main screen. 5 enemy ships gone without a trace, and yet the unease in his chest only grew. The mission had gone perfectly. Too perfectly. Status? He asked, voice steady. Maya Lin glanced up from her console. No reaction from any nearby systems. No signals picked up. As far as the galaxy knows, the Threxian scouts are just missing, which means Vraxil will assume something happened, Alex said. He's not a fool, Royce added. He'll want answers. Alex nodded slowly, and he'll come looking. The bridge fell quiet. The crew didn't need orders to feel the tension. They had trained for this all their lives. Their parents, their teachers, even their dreams had been built around one idea: protect Earth at all costs. But none of them had wanted to be the first to fire. Alex walked across the bridge and stood near the edge of the hollow table. It displayed a full map of the solar system, with red blinking dots where the Threxian fleet had last appeared. He zoomed out. Red clusters marked enemy systems across the galaxy. They were surrounded. Earth had always been surrounded. That's why the fleet was built in the first place. Still, Alex hesitated. "Open a private channel," he said. "Maya, stay. Royce, you have the bridge." Royce saluted, and Alex and Maya walked into the small strategic room behind the bridge. The door slid shut. The room was dim, lit only by the glowing blue map hovering in the air. "I need your honest thoughts," Alex said. Maya raised an eyebrow. "Since when do you want thoughts, not reports?" Alex gave a small smile. "Since now." She crossed her arms. "We did what we had to do. The scouts were too close. If they had gotten even a hint of the fleet's presence, the galaxy would have known." But, Alex asked. "They were scouts, not invaders. We killed them before they could even speak." Alex looked away. "We don't get the luxury of waiting. You know that. Every war Earth has lost started with waiting too long." "I know," she said quietly. "But still, we're not just protecting Earth. We're shaping how the galaxy sees us. Once we show our teeth, we can't hide them again." Alex paced. Her words echoed his own doubts. The warships they commanded were not weapons. They were messages. Giant, floating warnings. If humanity revealed them too soon, every alien empire would begin to arm themselves in fear. But if they waited too long, Earth might fall. Maya leaned against the table. "You've read Vraxel's profile. He's proud, violent. He won't stop with scouts. He'll bring a fleet, maybe more than one." "I know," Alex said. "We could reveal just one ship. Let them see what we're capable of." "No, not yet," Alex said. "Once we reveal even a piece of what we have, it all comes undone. The Alliance will turn on us. The galaxy is built on balance, and they think we're weak. The moment they see what we really are, they'll treat us as a threat. So we wait, Alex repeated. Maya's voice softened. "Then we better be ready when they arrive." Far away, in the heart of Threxian space, Vraxel's massive war fleet began to move. Hundreds of warships broke from orbit, forming lines like spearheads. Vraxel stood at the front of the command deck of his flagship, the Devourer. His four arms were behind his back, and his expression was cold. "Earth has taken something from me," he said to his generals. "I will take everything from them." His fleet would reach the edge of human territory in 5 days. Back on Titanus Prime, Alex stood alone on the observation deck. The stars stretched endlessly before him, so quiet, so peaceful, but he knew what was coming. Behind him the fleet was being prepped. Engineers checked weapon systems. AI systems ran silent threat simulations. Pilots trained in zero-gravity combat. They were ready. They had always been ready. Alex placed a hand on the glass. "Let them come." Deep in Earth's hidden command center, a silent message flashed on the screen. "Invasion fleet detected. Threx Dominion en route. Recommend activation of defense protocols." The message ended with one word, bold and red: "Prepare." The silence was over. In the cold dark near Neptune's orbit, Titanus Prime and its sister ships stood ready. Engines hummed quietly. Cannons charged. Cloaking fields still held for now. But that was about to change. Captain Alex Carter stood in the center of the bridge. The main screen showed the approaching Threxian fleet, hundreds of warships moving fast, forming attack formations. They were still outside firing range, but they would be here within hours. "Fleet count?" Alex asked. Commander Royce replied. 213 enemy ships, 5 dreadnoughts, heavy weapons, no signs of slowing down. Alex gave a sharp nod. "They're not here to talk." Maya Lin stepped forward. "If we stay hidden, they'll pass us and strike Earth directly. If we reveal ourselves," Alex said, "we risk showing the galaxy everything we've built." Maya didn't speak. She didn't need to. The decision was his, but the weight was shared. Alex took a long breath. For decades, Earth had played weak. Now it was time to end the lie. "Drop the cloaking fields," he said quietly. "All ships. Let them see." Royce turned, stunned. "Sir, confirming. Full fleet reveal." "Confirm it. Let the galaxy witness what we've become." Across the void, one by one, the hidden warships uncloaked. It was like watching stars appear out of nowhere. Huge metallic forms drifted into view, silent, massive, covered in glowing energy lines. Titanus Prime took its place at the center. Its surface shimmered with armor plating. Rotating turrets emerged from hidden ports. The size alone was overwhelming. Each ship could level a planet. On the Threxian flagship, the Devourer, alarms screamed. "What is this?" Vraxil hissed, rising from his command throne. His long fingers gripped the railing as he stared at the screen. That is no defense fleet." His generals whispered in shock. Planet-sized warships, cloaked. How did they build this? Vraxil's eyes blazed. "We've been tricked. Earth is not weak. They've been preparing." But pride overruled fear. "Forward. Crush them before they can use these weapons." The Threxian fleet advanced. Back on Titanus Prime, Alex watched them come. "Target priority ships," he said. "No full strike until they fire. We don't start wars." "Yes, sir," Maya said. Weapons armed, shields full. The space between the two fleets tightened. Tension thickened like air before a storm. Then it happened. A single Threxian cruiser opened fire. Bright green energy bolts flew across space. In seconds, the rest of the fleet followed. Light filled the dark void. The war had begun. "Return fire," Alex ordered. The response was immediate. Massive beams of blue and white energy blasted from the human warships. Missile pods opened and released silent storms of explosive payloads. One Threxian dreadnought was hit dead center. It broke apart in a wave of flame and metal. Another tried to dodge, but Titanus Prime rotated smoothly, released a focused pulse weapon, and cut it in half. The humans fought with brutal precision. Their weapons weren't just powerful, they were smart. Guided by advanced AI, each shot calculated the best angle, the weakest point, the fastest end. The Threxian fleet began to break. Inside the Devourer, Vraxil screamed in rage. Push through, reach Earth, but his own ships were falling apart. Alex, watching from the command deck, remained calm. "Keep our formation. Defend Earth. Don't chase." "Enemy dreadnoughts pulling back," Maya reported. "They weren't ready for this. They underestimated us," Alex said. "Now they know." In orbit above Neptune, the final phase of the battle played out. Smaller Threxian vessels scattered, trying to escape. A few made it, most didn't. Vraxil's flagship turned sharply, engines burning at maximum. It began retreating, but Titanus Prime moved to intercept. "Do we destroy them?" Royce asked. Alex paused. Vraxil was ruthless. Yes, but he wasn't just a warlord. He was a symbol. Killing him now would spark chaos. Or worse, revenge. "No," Alex said. "Disable the ship. Let him live. Let him carry the message." Titanus Prime released a precision EMP blast. It struck the Devourer like a hammer. The enemy flagship powered down, drifting. A human boarding pod launched, capturing Vraxil and his crew. The battle was over. Hours later, Earth received the report. The fleet was revealed. The invasion was stopped. The enemy commander was in custody. Across the galaxy, eyes turned toward the little blue planet they once ignored. Earth was no longer hiding. It was awake. It was strong. And the galaxy would never see it the same way again. The wreckage of battle still floated in Neptune's orbit. Shattered hulls, broken weapons and flickering engines, all drifting in the cold dark. The Threxian fleet had been crushed. But the war wasn't over. Not yet. On the bridge of Titanus Prime, Captain Alex Carter stood in silence. The lights on the control panels blinked softly. Outside, the last of the debris was being cleared by automated drones. Commander Royce approached. "Vraxil has been transferred to the holding cell. No resistance, no words." Alex nodded. "He'll speak eventually. Proud leaders always do, once they're forced to listen." Royce lowered his voice. "Some of the crew think we should have destroyed his ship, sent a message." Alex didn't flinch. "We sent the only message that matters. We could have ended him. We chose not to. Mercy is power too." Maya Lin stepped onto the bridge. Her face was tired, but her eyes were sharp. "We've finished scanning the system. No more enemy ships nearby, but we intercepted a signal." Alex turned toward her. What kind of signal? A wide-range broadcast. Not from Threxian space, from the Galactic Alliance. She tapped a few keys. The main screen lit up. A blue emblem appeared, then the face of a calm, silver-skinned diplomat from the Alliance Council. "Attention Earth Command," the voice said. "We request an immediate explanation for your unauthorized military action and the sudden appearance of massive war assets. Your display has alarmed many systems. The balance of power has shifted. The Alliance demands answers." The message ended. The bridge fell silent. Alex looked at Maya. So it begins. In the war room, the senior officers of the Hidden Earth Defense Command gathered virtually. Faces filled the screen. Generals, scientists, politicians. Some looked proud. Others looked afraid. "You revealed everything," one of the council members said, frowning. "Now we're surrounded by nervous allies. Nervous allies are dangerous allies. We were being invaded," Alex said firmly. "I had no choice." Another council member, a gray-haired woman with sharp eyes, spoke. "You stopped the Threxians. That's undeniable. But now the galaxy knows what we've built. There's no going back." Alex didn't hesitate. "We were always going to be found out. Better now on our terms than during a full-scale invasion when it's too late." There was no response, just quiet acceptance. Meanwhile, in the lower levels of Titanus Prime, Vraxil sat in a containment chamber, arms bound, eyes burning with fury. He had lost fleets, he had lost his pride, but he had not lost his will. When Alex entered the chamber, Vraxil didn't stand. He just stared. "So this is the great secret," Vraxil growled, hiding behind masks and shadows while pretending to be weak. Alex stopped in front of the transparent wall. "We didn't pretend. We prepared. While you conquered, we waited. We watched. And when you finally came, we stopped you." Vraxil's voice dripped with anger. "You've made enemies today. The galaxy will fear you now." "Maybe," Alex said, "but fear isn't always a bad thing. Maybe now they'll think twice before calling Earth weak." Vraxil leaned forward. "You should have killed me. Mercy is weakness." Alex met his gaze. "No, it's strategy. You'll go back to your people. You'll tell them what you saw. You'll spread fear faster than any weapon ever could." Vraxil smiled, bitter and cold. "You're more dangerous than I thought." Alex turned to leave. "Good." Back on the bridge, the crew watched as a new fleet approached. Not Threxian, but ships from the Galactic Alliance. Their engines were hot, their weapons charged. They came not to help, but to question, maybe to confront. Royce looked at Alex. "What now, sir?" Alex stood tall. "We meet them. We talk. But we don't bow. Earth is no longer hiding. If the galaxy fears us, they should also know we are not conquerors. We fight only when we must." Maya added quietly, "And we've proven we can." Alex nodded. Exactly. The war had been won, but peace was still uncertain. The galaxy was watching, listening. Titanus Prime slowly turned to face the incoming fleet. Earth had spoken. Now it was the galaxy's turn to respond. The ships of the Galactic Alliance floated in orbit above Neptune like silent judges. Their hulls gleamed with polished metals and energy shields, but none of them made a move. Not yet. They were waiting for answers, for orders, for anything that made sense of what they had just witnessed. On the bridge of Titanus Prime, Captain Alex Carter stood at the center, facing the main screen. The Alliance's flagship had requested a secure channel. The call was incoming. "Put it through," Alex said. The screen blinked, and the image of High Chancellor Yorin of the Galactic Alliance appeared. His long blue robes shimmered with diplomatic symbols. His face was calm, but his eyes showed unease. "Captain Carter," he said, "you've shaken the foundation of the entire galaxy." Alex didn't blink. "We defended our planet. We didn't ask for war, but we ended one. You ended it with weapons we didn't know existed," Yorin replied. "You built an armada in secret, planet-sized warships, hidden behind cloaking fields. Why?" Alex answered plainly, "Because Earth was never safe. While others formed alliances, we were left exposed. We made peace where we could, but we prepared where we must." Yorin leaned forward. "Now other worlds are afraid. They wonder if Earth can do this without us knowing. What else have you hidden?" Alex's voice was steady. We've hidden strength, not ambition. We're not here to rule anyone, but we won't be ruled either. There was a pause. You're inside. The council will demand oversight, conditions, limits. Alex shook his head. We won't hand over our defense. We've just proven why we can't. The line went silent. Then Yorin said, "The galaxy is changing, Captain. You've made sure of that." "We didn't start the change," Alex said, "but we'll survive it." After the call ended, the bridge was quiet. Maya Lin stepped beside him. "So that's it. We win the war, and now the politics begin." Alex gave a dry smile. "Victory's never the end, just the beginning of something harder." She looked out at the Alliance ships. "Do you think they'll attack?" "No," he said. "Not today, but they'll plan. They'll talk. They'll try to contain us." "And us?" Maya asked. "We stay alert, we stay united, and we make sure the next time someone thinks Earth is weak, they remember this day." Hours later, Titanus Prime began its slow return to Earth orbit. The remaining ships of the fleet followed. Across human space, the news had already spread. The enemy had been stopped. Earth had won, but the truth ran deeper. Earth wasn't just safe, it was feared. In the days that followed, diplomatic channels buzzed. The Threx Dominion pulled back its remaining forces. Vraxel, now a prisoner, was handed over to the Galactic Council, not as a trophy, but as proof of Earth's restraint. Some called Earth a threat, others called it a miracle, but no one doubted it anymore. Humanity had risen. Inside his private quarters, aboard Titanus Prime, Alex stood alone, watching Earth rotate slowly on the screen. Clouds moved gently over the blue oceans. Lights twinkled from cities far below. For all the war and secrets, it was still home. Royce entered quietly. "Orders from Earth Command, sir. You've been awarded the Medal of Earth. They're calling it the Day of Revelation." Alex chuckled softly. "I never wanted medals." "Still," Royce said, "you earned it." Alex nodded, then looked back out at Earth. "Tell the crew, let them rest. They've earned that too." That night, the stars seemed different, not because they had changed, but because now everyone saw them clearly. The galaxy was no longer a mystery to Earth, and Earth was no longer a mystery to the galaxy. They knew what humanity could do, and they would never forget.